And welcome to a new episode of the Red Mountain Express. This is episode 61. We've kind of been off for the last couple weeks.
Last week.
Last week. I think we all were spread across Alabama last week, so I think we had to take a week off, and we're back. But a lot have happened since then. I know, Patrick, you went to the Dancing with the Stars at it was not the Alabama Theater, it was the Lyric.
At the Lyric, yeah. So it was a great show. I thought the venue was outstanding. It was set up much better this year. They had it at Old Car Heaven in the past, and you couldn't see the stage as well. They had like bleachers, but the venue was great. The show was great. All the dancers really put a lot of work in, and it showed. I mean, I was really, really blown away by some of the complexity of some of the dances that they did. But it was a really good time. We took the kids, so they stayed up really late, but they had a great time. And so
how was the turnout this year?
It was outstanding. I mean, the place was pretty packed. I think they raised. I don't know exactly the number, but they said at the last that it was like over $60,000.
Wow.
So yes, which I think was what Christopher had said was kind of their goal. That was the trend they were going on. So. He said at the end of the show that it was over that. So
yeah, and for those who are listening that don't know what we're talking about, the First Light, which is a women and children's shelter in downtown Birmingham, had a fundraiser that was Dancing with the Stars with local celebrities. You said Tyler Watts came in second.
Yeah,
is that
he
right?
came in second. He and his wife actually.
Wow!
They were the dancing the pair. She was the professional dancer. Yeah, they had a really good routine. They came in second. Bakari Miller came in first with Asha, I'm going to mess up her last name, Gangoli, I think. They did a great job. I mean, they did Michael Jackson, and Bakari came out of the crowd and walked up on stage. It was really cool.
What song was it? Was it Billie Jean?
I don't remember. It was definitely a Michael Jackson song.
Okay, I'll take it. I think all of us, or maybe 2 out of 3 of us, went to the Greek Food Festival, which was in town. I went there on Thursday. Did you go, Matthew?
I did not go this year.
Okay,
but it was so good.
It was really good. I went and Liz's sister was in town, and I went and picked up food for us. And we went on Saturday, or I went on Saturday. So I got there, and I walked up to where the desserts were supposed to be, and all the baklava was gone, and I was very, very disappointed.
You let Blake get there before you got there.
But no, wait. I did not get the baklava. I got the loukamatis, which is really, really good.
They did still have those, and I cannot say that. So they're, for those who don't know.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I just butchered it, but I don't care.
They're essentially little Greek donuts with honey and cinnamon all over them. And
I got mine. They were bringing them out of the fryer and put them in my box, and they were so good.
I ended up getting some of those because they did still have those. And I might have reached into the box and had a couple of them since I was bringing back food. It's like eating fries. On the if you're the one that picks.
But you always eat someone else's fries. You don't eat your fries. Yeah, you're gonna sit there. These are Liz's fries.
Yeah, exactly.
You eat out of both. Like if you have 2 or 3 packs,
you got to make them
both.
even.
And then whenever you give them out when you get home, you take the one that has the most.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
you can have some bag fries.
Right. But anyway, so I had a couple on the way home, and they were great. They were outstanding. But then after we finished eating our food, we tried to eat them, and they were not as good. They don't travel well.
Yeah, well. What did you have for your entree?
I had the gyro.
Yeah,
it was it was so good.
Yeah, I got the gyro. Megan got like the big plate
of chicken.
The chicken and that was like I started eating off her plate because it was so good. I mean, it's really, really good. There was a ton of people there. We actually went inside the Greek church, and I had never been in there, and it's very, very pretty. So they do a really good job. Big event. I mean, we went there on Thursday night.
I think all of Birmingham went. So
yeah,
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah,
I did. I felt bad though. I was walking out, and some woman was asking me in her car as I was walking across the street how to get into the drive-thru, and I was like, I don't really know. And I was like, and by the way, they're out of baklava. And like 3 other people around me were like, they're what?
Oh no!
I was like, I think they might still have some chocolate baklava in the takeout area, but they were like, oh man. It's like, yeah. But I actually ended up getting some because my mom got some, and then she had not eaten it, and she actually gave us a couple pieces. So it was really good.
So your dreams weren't ruined.
I know. Yeah. It worked out. It was fantastic.
And then all of us at some point went to the Bluff Park Art Show.
That's right.
And I know, Matthew, you spent a considerable amount of time there, too.
I was there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about what we did. I think we made it about an hour. With
We
the
went
kids.
later in the afternoon.
We had our child with us, and we were also with another couple who were at the time very much expecting a child, and so the heat and the walking around, like it wasn't too bad. It was kind of nice. Of course, it's really shady right there in the Bluff Park area, but man, it was hot enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Laura was wearing our child, and by the time she got him off, he was drenched. She was drenched. Like there was just sweat everywhere. It was a mess. But it's great. Like tons of great booths. Lots of great artists out there with their stuff on display.
Did you see the guy with the golf balls?
Yeah. The carved.
That
golf
was
balls.
interesting.
I've
yeah.
never seen carved golf balls before.
I was like, what is this? And it was actually really cool. I don't care what you say. I thought it was cool. So, but they had some really good art there. Really, really good art.
Did y'all see the ones with the staged action figures?
Yeah.
I did not see that.
What's that movie that's coming out with Steve Carell that reminded me of that? That he stages action figures and takes his pictures of them. So it kind of reminded me of that. But
Yeah, I have no idea, but they were really cool.
yeah, it was really, really cool. They always do a good job. And you said when we talked about this before, it's a juried art show.
It is.
So,
It is juried. Yeah. So you have to apply. They look over your stuff. You have to have your booth specifications sent to them. Like they're pretty selective, I guess is the right word. Like they want to make sure you've got your stuff together before you have a booth there.
Did y'all buy anything?
No.
The people with us bought one piece, but we didn't buy anything.
Yeah, I think we got some magnets. I think from Jane Morgan's stand.
Yeah,
so,
we have bought stuff from her several times before. We just didn't this year.
Yeah, but it was overall it was a really good show, and they had a lot of people out there. I mean, we went late in the afternoon and it was still packed. So, but overall we had a long couple weeks being away from you guys. So I'm glad we're back together. So first of all, Trim Tab, my favorite brewing company, is coming out with this new hard sparkling water. It's a story at ale.com. It's like I said, it's like hard seltzer. They have rec water, which is short for recreational effervescent craft water. It's legally considered beer because it's fermented with non-malt based materials like cane sugar and rice syrup. Y'all, I don't know about this.
I can tell.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't like sparkling water. Like sometimes I like Perrier or Pellegrino just with like some lime sometimes, but like my wife loves LaCroix. Like loves that stuff. I think it tastes bad.
I've not had one that I enjoyed yet.
Yeah.
I am
It all tastes the same to me. Let's put it
I'm
that
a
way.
huge fan of LaCroix.
Of course you are.
There's not a flavor
Why
that I've
wouldn't you
had
be?
that I don't like. However, I have heard it described as somebody said it's what you would think it would taste like if somebody burped into your can of water and you drank. And I get that sentiment. Like I understand it, but I love the stuff. I think it's great. There's not a flavor I don't like.
That is a great analogy. We're going to save that.
And so looking at this rec water, I don't know.
The logo and the design of it looks really great.
Yeah, the cans look really cool. I really enjoy what they've done with that. I guess I enjoy the fact that it's only 100 calories. That's cool, I guess. But I'm not really going to drink this if I'm about to go for a run or working out or like.
I mean, I don't. What's the occasion for drinking alcoholic water?
I could see myself drinking this during the summer. Like,
there is no occasion.
Like when you
as I was cutting
hydrate.
grass or something.
Yeah.
Really hot. Don't really want a beer at the moment.
Then I'll drink water.
I thought that was kind of the point of beer was to be all.
Yeah.
So you guys clearly aren't the market for this.
We're not. No.
However, the reason why they're doing this is that there's a growing trend in the U.S. Hard sparkling water is a fast-growing portion of the alcoholic beverage market. They're up 170% over the last year through July.
It's easy to be up 170% when they're,
They sold 3 cans the first year.
Yeah. So they will launch this week with 6-packs of 12-ounce cans in watermelon, cucumber.
This is one flavor.
Watermelon, cucumber, lime. Oh my god.
Yeah, watermelon, cucumber, lime, mango, kiwi, and pomegranate lemon.
I think I would try this. I would definitely give it a try.
I would try the pomegranate lemon. I'm not a big cucumber fan though.
The LaCroix cucumber blackberry, I think it is. Like I'm a big fan of that. So the watermelon, cucumber, lime, like that speaks to me. I would try that.
Speaks to you.
It speaks to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
All right.
Look, I mean, here's what I think we should do. I think we should get a couple cans. We should try this on the air.
All right. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
If I can get to their release event, I will pick up as much as I can. The last time I went to their
don't do that.
No. If you don't do that,
he wants
it. Okay.
If you don't do that, then it sells out pretty quickly. At least their Donut Hero Stout did.
Yeah.
So I went to that release event and the place was packed. Like there were people lined up way out the door and around the corner of the building.
We tried
waiting.
the Donut Hero Stout. You brought that here.
I did.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Well, good. Well, so let us know if you go to the release of the release event and bring some back
you'll
with
know.
you, and we'll see if. I know. I'm sure you'll text me 5 times. Tell me how great it is. Moving on to sports news, the AAF 2019 season schedule for Birmingham Iron has been released. It is a 10-week schedule. Matthew, do you have the who we're playing on hand by chance?
No, I don't. I have the link to that in our show notes. I know that our season.
I got it now.
Okay.
Yeah. So first of all, the teams we were going over these are pretty cool. You have the Arizona Hotshots, the Atlanta Legends, the Birmingham Iron, of course, the Memphis Express, which we all were talked about how FedEx is located in Memphis, yeah. So maybe that has to do with it. The Orlando Apollos, which is the worst name of the group, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. The Salt Lake Stallions.
Okay.
The San Diego Commanders.
That's good.
And my favorite, the San Diego Fleet.
It's pretty cool.
Because, there's a big, Navy fleet there. So, hey, just saying.
They're all pretty good names. I think hearing these other names kind of makes me appreciate Birmingham Iron even more.
I think it kind of fits in with the rest of them. I mean, they've sort of, I think, intentionally taken something iconic from the area and named it after that. So it works. I like it.
Yeah, there's 5 home games, week 1, 2, 4, 5, and 8. And they'll open on February 10th versus the Memphis Express. So you got Memphis Express, and they play Salt Lake. The week after that, they'll play Atlanta, and then San Antonio, and the list goes on and on. I'm not going to go all the way through this, but it's pretty spread out. I think you play a couple teams more than once, which is, with such a small league, you have to do that. But I mean, they're going to do this, and it's very refreshing. I've heard a lot about startup leagues try to do this, and they never make it to kickoff. And I mean, I think this is actually going to happen, and I think they got real names behind this.
Yeah, and I think looking at the team they've put together, even the coaching staff looks like they've done a pretty good job. Of course, the 2019 season will happen at Legion Field. Hopefully, 2020 will happen at the new downtown stadium. We'll see if they open in time. With the season starting in February and going through April, I wonder if the new stadium will be open early enough in 2020 for the second season.
It could possibly be, but if not, I mean, I think it'll be fine at Legion Field. Yeah,
so they've got season tickets available as well. Lower level seating starts at $75 for the 5 home games, up to $250. And of course, there's premium and club seating available as well. You can go to their website for more information on those tickets. Also, have y'all seen the Birmingham Iron promo on YouTube?
You sent it to us. You said this was released back in September, but we never saw it. I never saw it.
The date on the YouTube video was released in September. I missed it somehow. It was posted today on the Birmingham subreddit, and I saw it, and I thought, well, that's a pretty cool video. I'm going to plug that audio here, and then we're going to come back and do the rest of the show. But I want y'all to be able to have a chance to hear it. If you haven't, of course, we'll link the actual video in our show notes so you can watch it. So take a listen to that audio real quick, and we'll be right back.
Iron, the foundation of America's strength. Born of incredible heat, hard work, and dedication. An alchemy of 3 elements: strength, endurance, and unwavering power, forged in one place, Birmingham, Alabama. Welcome, the Birmingham Iron.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good promo. We'll put that on the website for everybody to see as well, and we'll keep everybody updated on any new happenings with the new AAF team. This is a story we're following up on. Dave & Buster's, as you know, is going to be open at the River Chase Galleria. They have an opening date, or tentative. It's going to be November 19th. The new location is like 33,000 square foot space. They're going to have a full menu, 150 games. And they're also planning to open up one in Huntsville in July of 2019. I've never been to Dave & Buster's, but I've been to like an ESPN The Zone, which is just like this.
Very similar.
I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah, we went to the one in Nashville several years back. It's a really cool spot. The games are all pretty cool. Some of them are bizarre. Like they had you remember Flappy Bird, the iPhone game?
Yes.
They had an arcade version of Flappy Bird.
Interesting.
That was pretty. Several games like that you saw an app on your phone. They're like, well, how did you make an arcade game out of that? So 150 games is inflated a little bit with some of those like really bizarre like one-off games that you probably wouldn't touch more than once.
Right. Are they going to have like Dance Fever or whatever that was?
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Patrick's really good at that.
100%.
Never even played it, I don't think. But yeah, they usually have like pool tables, and the one I went to, there are two in Atlanta that I think I've been to both of them. They had like, simulated golf and all kinds of other fun little things. So I really enjoyed it. I have to call my wife out a little bit. She texted me the other day.
She doesn't listen. She's not gonna hear this. Go
No,
ahead.
I know. That's kind of the point of the story. Is she texted me the other day? She's like, "Do you know there's a Dave and Buster's opening up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, there's this great podcast. If you listen to it, they tell you about all these cool things happening in the city of Birmingham." So I had to give her a little bit of a hard time.
Like, please tell me this wasn't on the podcast. Doesn't she do that sometimes?
She hasn't done that
Okay.
yet. That's I think Matthew's.
Is that Matthew's? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My wife listens.
Well, mine does too now.
Every now and then she does. I mean, I listen to the podcast.
Hey,
She's
honey.
bored.
Also of note is that they are hiring right now over, I think, 200 positions. So if you're looking for a job right now, you hit up their website and see what they've got available for you.
Yeah,
that'd be a fun job. Do you get like tickets to like win things at?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure.
So
I think they put it on. They actually put it on a card, so like you can go.
You mean
cash it.
like the company
Like a-
store? Like you can't spend your paycheck anywhere else. You have to.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, you just, instead of carrying around like boxes and boxes of tickets, you just cash them in, and they.
Oh, you're talking about the tickets. I got
like
you.
on a card, so that you can save them up for later and keep building them up, so that you can finally get that bicycle that falls apart immediately after you ride it.
For a moment, I thought you meant they pay their employees on a card with tickets, and that doesn't seem right.
I
think
don't
that's
think I would
illegal.
work for tickets.
We're gonna pay you in bubble gum
Coupons.
coupons. I remember there was a place I grew up in Montgomery called Diamond Gems.
Oh yeah, they had them.
Yeah,
here,
okay. I
too.
didn't know if they had that in Birmingham. And I remember, they had like, you get like a rubber spider for like 3 tickets, but then there was always that one kid that always saved them up, and he would get the bicycle. And
Yeah,
I always
hated
went for the
that guy.
giant army man with the parachute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
no, that's pretty awesome.
Classic toy.
Classic toy.
So that'll be fun. I think that'll be great for corporate events. I know when I was in Atlanta, we had things at Dave & Buster's fairly frequently, so it was nice to take a team out too. So,
Well, and I wonder how this is going to play into the Hoover Mayor Bricado, and his plans to kind of make that River Chase Mall area more like a city center. I know he's been talking about that a lot lately, and I wonder how Dave & Buster's or those kind of things are going to play into that,
Well, I
if
think
at all.
it's good to you build something like that at the River Chase Galleria, because if you look at just malls in general in this country, they're struggling because online shopping's bigger, but also these outdoor type of themed malls are what you're seeing more and more of.
Right.
We went to the Brookwood Mall a couple weeks ago. I think we just kind of wanted to get out of the house, and everything was closed in that place. And so I think this is kind of good that they're actually putting something in that mall. So we're hoping maybe not revive new life, but hopefully get more things that are fun into that area. So we'll keep everybody updated when that finally opens. On some sad news, we have a couple restaurants closing in Birmingham.
yep,
The first one's Glory Bound Euros.
yep, which was downtown near UAB's campus. I'd been there once, I think. Y'all eat there?
I've been there probably up 4 or 5 times.
I've been to the one in Tuscaloosa, so
Okay.
I've never been to that one.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good, and I was never in there where it didn't have a pretty good bit of customers
absolutely.
in there.
Yeah, so I don't know. They closed already. They closed October 14th. So according to their Facebook page, they've said that they may be looking for a new location in Birmingham, maybe relocating to a different location, maybe something with more traffic. Maybe they'll go to River Chase. I don't know.
Yeah, good. It'd be good. And then Bar Taco's closing.
Bar Taco is closing November 1st, I believe. Yeah.
For those who don't know, that's in the Edgewood area of
Edgewood.
Homewood, across from Taco Mama, which is probably a good reason, or not the good reason, but that's probably one of the reasons why they're closing, because 2 competing taco stands, basically.
Yeah, I mean, Bar Taco's it was in a cool location. The building was really cool. There was not a lot of parking. Of course, downtown Homewood, the Edgewood area out there, it seems like there's not a lot of parking for anything.
Well, they get a lot of walking traffic, I think,
Yeah.
from people in the neighborhood. But if you're driving in to really support somewhere that's sort of, I don't want to call them too corporate, but I mean, at least somewhat of a chain.
Yeah.
To be making that kind of money and having that kind of traffic, I think you need better parking and better access.
Yeah, and it was a big restaurant. I mean, it had a lot of overhead. I'm not saying that's probably the reason why they closed, but it's just it had to maybe contribute to a little bit of it.
I thought the food there was pretty good. I've had it a couple of times. I had it once there and then once catered. The one time we ate there was for like a corporate meal, And it was really weird because they kept bringing out like the sides, and they never told us like, hey, there are tacos coming, so don't eat all the sides.
Don't fill up.
So by the time the actual tacos started coming out, they're like, oh, do you want pork tacos? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, now we have chicken tacos. Now we have these tacos. I'm like, okay.
I just had 5 pork tacos.
I just ate cucumbers and corn and all that stuff that you brought out before this. I thought it was pretty good though. They had some unique flavors.
Yeah, I enjoyed the food there, and they did have unique flavors compared to some of the other taco places around. But like you said, Blake, they've got Taco Mama across the street. As I mentioned, the parking situation wasn't great. And then I think a few places I read online, there was some speculation that the restaurant was making a profit, but that maybe corporate wasn't happy that they weren't making enough of a profit, so that they might investigate new locations in the state.
And they built that location. I mean, that location was a tire place or
like
a garage,
service station or something.
Yeah, and they built that from they kind of renovated that. So we'll maybe keep our eye open. We'll see what kind of fills that place.
Great spot for another restaurant.
Yeah,
so
a barbecue place maybe.
I want to say there's like a yoga studio
or Saul's across the street.
No, that's true. Yeah,
there's something upstairs above it, like some kind of workout venue. So the building has other tenants in it. So
we'll see.
And then the last one that maybe it closed a while ago, I don't know, but Faro in the Pizzitz Food Hall, it was sort of the standalone restaurant, kind of off to the side of Pizzitz.
Yeah,
they are either closed or closing. It was kind of a more modern, rustic Italian kind of place. Went there one time. The food was pretty good. I think their reasoning for closing too is similar, which is they're more of like a dinner kind of a place, and I think with all the competition of Pizzitz right there, I don't think they got as much attention as and traffic as they probably would have liked.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's easy to be a standalone quote restaurant right there when you've got 12 food stalls right at your door.
Yeah,
like that.
You've essentially got all the overhead of a full restaurant, but then you've got like 12 competitors sitting right next to you.
Yeah, so
that's tough.
Well, restaurants are, I think that's the number one business that ends up failing. I mean, I think it's hard to keep open sometimes, but we hate that these are going, but, we hope that maybe they'll find new life in other areas of town.
One of the things that I've seen that's kind of been consistent from some of the restaurant owners and just people in the restaurant business lately is that they're having trouble getting good help, getting qualified, people that can serve in front of the house and back of the house to actually cook. And I think with all these new restaurants opening up, you've kind of spread people out pretty thin. So, if you're listening to this, you're not in Birmingham and you like to cook, it's a good place to be.
Yeah, we'll eat some food in this town.
For sure.
That's for sure. Last thing to note is, we have an election coming up on November 6th. It's the midterms. All of your congressmen are up for election in Alabama. All the folks in the Alabama House of Representatives and the Alabama Senate, along with every statewide office. And so the last day to register to vote is October 22nd. And we wanted to make sure that we let folks know that no matter who you're voting for, please get out and vote. You can go to vote.org and you can register to vote that way, or you can go to the Secretary of State's website. So this is kind of your public service announcement. So please go vote and register to vote.
Yeah, basically. We will link the myinfo.alabamavotes site on our show notes. You can go there and check to make sure that you are registered. They just ask for your full name, your date of birth, and I think your county, and they'll give you your voter registration information. If you are not registered, as Blake said, go register to vote. October 22nd is that last day.
Yeah. Do your civic duty.
That's right. We're in a democracy. How can we be in a democracy if you don't, take the time to vote? So anyway, let's take a quick break. Hear our promo for Greek Gods, the podcast from Reckon at AL.com, and we will be right back with the rest of the show. Don't miss Greek Gods, a new narrative podcast from our friends at Reckon Radio. Greek Gods is an examination of the machine, a secret society that has been described as the most powerful fraternity in America, with tentacles reaching to the State House, Washington, and beyond. It's hosted by Amy Yerkinen and 2018 Pulitzer Prize winner John Archibald. You can find it on iTunes, Google Play, or your favorite podcast service. Just search for Reckon Radio.
And welcome back to the second half of the Red Mountain Express. Before we get into the events that are going around town, we want to say a big thank you to Assistant Professor Deepa how do you say her last?
Fadness.
For asking us to speak to some of her students in the journalism school at Auburn University this last week. We did a Skype interview with them, and it was very interesting. It was a lot of fun, and we enjoyed it immensely. And I think they're going to do a little small podcast as like a group project. Is that right?
Yeah, she reached out to us because their class is part of their journalism class. Part of their class was to come up with a podcast as a unit, and they wanted to do a little question and answer session with us. So that's before they got into that, they wanted to be able to talk to somebody that was doing that in the area. So
I will say that they asked a bunch of technical questions, and at that point we were just like, Matthew? And you're going to be on like a panel for them?
Yeah, they're doing a J-Day panel October 24th. This is for their journalism school. I think there's going to be, they were planning on 6. There may just be 4 on the panel now. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be at the university. So
get to make a trip down to Auburn.
Yeah.
Yes. So we are now professors.
Yeah.
That's how that works. Yeah. We're honorary professors. Is that?
But when we said that Patrick and I graduated from Alabama, we didn't get any booze. So
not one.
They were so nice. So great folks.
I think she may have muted the mic on their end for that brief moment.
She may have. So let's get into some of the things that are going on here in Birmingham. This is brought to you by Happenings in the Ham. You can see them at happeningsintheham.com on events that are going around town. Check out 13 Halloween events that you'll be dying to attend at their website. They have a bunch of good Halloween-themed events that are going around Birmingham. So take it away, Matthew.
All right, so on October 18th through the 31st, from 5 to 9 p.m. For $10, you can attend Boo at the Zoo at the Birmingham Zoo. Make your Halloween plans all month long in October with the Birmingham Zoo. Prepare for over-the-top fun during our 27th annual Boo at the Zoo presented by Wells Fargo. Watch as the zoo transforms into a destination of spooky attractions, themed rides, and carnival games for 18 nights. Come experience the excitement on Henley Park with inflatables, ghostly ghoul school, backkeeper chats, and so much more. Guests are invited to wear their favorite family-friendly costumes as they partake in the festivities. Trick or Treat Lane will be sought after candy place for anyone with a sweet tooth. Take a wild ride around the zoo on our Erie Express train. The Spider Slide, Ghost Rollers, and Scarousel are just a few thrills that are sure to entertain children of all ages.
Have you guys been to this before?
I have.
I have not.
You have a kid now, so you have an excuse to go, even though they can't eat candy yet.
And he may be too young to really understand what's happening.
Yeah, but it's definitely fun, though. All right, well, calling all witches, wizards, and muggles, grab your wizard robes and cross-platform 9 3/4 to McWayne's School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Enjoy dinner in the Great Hall, make your own wizard wand, concoct potions, attend flying lessons, and visit Flourish and Blots by Books A Million, and more. After class is dismissed, grab your complimentary popcorn and drink as you view a special showing of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban and the IMAX Dome. It's the wizarding event of the year, and you don't want to miss it. Be sure to don your house colors and robes. Advanced reservation are required, and this is at McWayne Science Center. It's Friday and Saturday, October 19th and 20th. Times vary, and the cost is $45.
So my question is this for kids or adults?
It is for anyone who would like to come. Because so your wife can attend.
She can attend, yeah.
Yes.
And The Prisoner of Azkaban is, in my opinion, the best movie of the series.
It is at least one of the top 2 or 3.
Yeah, so
the 12 of them.
Yeah, right.
But they're all good. They're all good.
They are. They all, and they hold up pretty well.
It sounds. I mean, like if you're really into Harry Potter, it sounds like a great
It
really
time. Does. Yeah.
So, Matthew, do you like scary movies?
I love scary movies.
Patrick, do you want to play a game?
That sounds creepy.
That's what it says. That's what it says on my notes here, man.
That's how every horror movie starts, right? Do you want to play a little game?
Want to play a little game?
Sure.
I want to play a game. Yeah. So come grab dinner and drinks and test your knowledge of all things horror. It's free to play. Prizes will be awarded to the top 3 teams. This is horror movie trivia. It's at the Black Market at 5 Points. It is free. It's Friday, October 19th from 7 to 10 p.m. I don't know how good I'd be at horror trivia. If this was just regular movie trivia, I would definitely be on top of this.
If it was regular movie trivia, I can't think of anyone I'd rather have on my team than you.
Oh, thank you so much.
But horror movie trivia, like, let's do this. I think I can hold my own here.
I would be useless on either one of those. So. But I'd come and have fun and hang out.
And Black Market has really good food, like really, really good.
Good food and
really,
drinks.
Really,
yeah,
I had a really good Reuben there one time.
Yeah, chicken fingers are really good. I know that's not a weird thing to say, but
that is a weird thing to say.
Yeah, whatever.
Patrick,
Patrick,
like a good chicken finger.
Your turn.
So Clean and Clear is 5 Point South's beautification and cleanup event that's happens 3 times a year. It's happening this Saturday, October 20th from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. From trash collection to graffiti removal and greenery efforts, this is your day to give back in 5 Point South. Clean and Clear is a 5 Point South Alliance program and only made possible through our sponsors and partners in the city of Birmingham. This month's focus will be on the Anderson Place Historic District. So if you've got a little bit of extra time on a Saturday morning, sort of afternoon, morning, go down there and help clean up 5 Points.
It's free.
It is free. Cost is volunteering. Your time
Your
is
time,
all it
that's
costs.
all it costs.
Which these days
Is very valuable.
Ooh. Yeah. All right, and finally, Sunday, October 21st at 6 p.m. at Mom's Basement, they're having a horror double feature. The cost is free. They are going to be bringing you Night Train of Terror. It's a 1985 horror flick. And then the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 1974 version.
Outstanding movie.
I have not seen Night Train of Terror. I don't think I can tell you anything about that, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a classic.
I bet there's a train in it, and I bet it's terrorizing.
You think it takes place at night?
I bet it does.
Have y'all been to Mom's Basement yet?
No.
All right, but speaking
I want
of...
to go. I don't know if I'm cool enough to go, but it looks really awesome.
Speaking of wives not listening to the show, my wife sends a text to a group chat of ours this week, and she says, one of my friends at work just told me about Mom's Basement. We need to go. And all I can manage to type, because she's heard me say a million times, there's a podcast that you could listen to.
She's the one that says, oh, don't tell me there's like a podcast I need to listen to.
Yeah,
okay.
So this time all I wrote was something, heard it on RME, and something, I'm busy was a response. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
You should have been like, oh, did you hear it on a podcast? That's what you should have said.
No, I need to go to Mom's Basement. I'm really excited to try it out, and this would be a good time to go. Free movies.
Free movies, cheap beers,
Yeah.
cool vibe.
Double the screens.
Hanging out in the
double
basement.
gore.
I mean, seriously, it reminds me so much of...
Your mom's basement.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. I had a friend of mine who took a picture like on the couch there, and I think she put it on Instagram, and I was like, whose house is she at?
Yeah.
And then it was like, tagged at Mom's Basement. I was like, all right, that place looks really cool.
Yeah,
it
does.
So
it's a cool spot.
yeah. Well, that will wrap up this edition of the Red Mountain Express. Good show, guys.
Thanks.
All right, great job. Remember, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and also go to redmountainexpress.com. Please go by, see our show notes for all the episodes, as well as leave us some feedback. Let us know what you want to hear about. We'll be back next week for a new episode. For Matthew Joyner and Patrick Tucker, I'm Blake Westbrook. This has been the Red Mountain Express.